The comfort of your favorite seat is now your comfy car selling command center, thanks to Carvana.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Your favorite seat's the best spot in the house. Make it even better by entering your license plate or VIN and getting a real offer in minutes.
There really is no place like home.
And speaking of home, Carvana will pick up your car from yours after you finalize your offer. Visit Carvana.com or download the app and sell your car from your comfy place.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Y'all should see the look on my face as I hit the record button. Like, I got my hand over my eyes. I am slightly ashamed at how long it has been since I last released a fresh solo sermon. But baby, your girl is back. I am tiptoeing on the marble floor into this episode, and I feel like God is going to force me, maybe against my will, to be as honest as I can be, as transparent as I can be with y'all on where I've been, why I have not been dropping these solo episodes, and what has been going on. So I'm just going to start off by saying that this episode is for the Valley Girls. This episode is for the Valley Girls like me who are looking up to where you want to be. You can see it. Even if your vision is a little cloudy, you know that where you are currently is not where you want to be. So much so that you feel like where you want to be is so far away. And the best way that you can describe your current location would be down in the valley. You're looking up to where you want to be, but you have no clue how you're going to get there. You feel like it is so far away that you can't even wrap your mind around just how it's going to be possible in this lifetime for you to get there. Like, have you made too many of the wrong decisions? Have you made too many mistakes? Have you missed out on your opportunity? Have you messed up too much? Have you lost your chance? For the Valley Girls who are feeling lost, feeling hopeless, tired of climbing, feeling like you're getting nowhere, baby, this is for you. Because if I'm being honest, the reason why I have not hit record, I have been in this valley season for longer than I care to admit. And I'm really just realizing that I don't know what like an extended season is. You know, I don't know what we would call an extended season. I don't want to say it's an era, but this is just, I'm just going to say season because I don't have a better term right now. Y'all let me know if you know a better term for an extended season, because baby, this is a long season. Okay. Your girl has been in this valley for a little minute, but I feel like God has kept me in this valley because he needed me to get back to me. For the last 3 years, I would say I've been in this valley since 2021. Since becoming a mother, I feel like I gave birth in the valley and I've been down here ever since, okay? So I feel like I have been in this valley because I had gotten lost in the sauce of society, social media, what the people think I should be doing, what other people expect of me, what other people want for me or from me, going after these goals that were driven by the wrong reasons, being all about the hustle culture, being so caught up in chasing money that I really lost focus of the mission. And God had to sit me down and really shake me up, shake things up in such a way that I had to refocus. He had to strip me of all of the things that I found comfort in, all of the things that I found security in, all of the things that I thought were providing for me. He had to sit me down in the valley, put me in the fetal position, and show me who was the true provider. He had to show me, he had to make me truly remember who I was and whose I was. That business doesn't provide for you. Those followers don't provide for you. That podcast doesn't provide for you. Those products don't provide for you. Those people don't provide for you. You got to remember what we're doing here. Because, baby, I had truly gotten off track. I had gotten off track in the sense of, now one thing about me, I can proudly say that I have never gotten off track when it comes to my morality. Okay, I can proudly say that I've never gotten off track when it comes to my morality. But I have definitely gotten off track to where my focus was on money first. Not that it was my end all be all, because I feel like when money becomes your end all be all, that's when your morality is it gets real shady. So it was never my end all be all, but it was definitely my first priority. I really had come to the conclusion that I got to get on this computer to send out an email. I got to get on my phone to make a post. I got to come up with this offer. I got to create this program. I got to come out with this new product to provide for myself. And all of my energy, all of my time, all of my attention was focused on how can I provide for myself, instead of remembering who my true provider was, instead of spending time, consistent time with my provider, making sure that all of these things that I was doing on my computer, all of these things that I was posting on the internet, all of these people that I was connecting with, all of these products and programs that I was creating, instead of spending time with God to ensure that all of that doing was in alignment with His assignment, I was just focused on what I felt like I needed to do to provide for me. And God said, "No, sis, you got to sit down somewhere. Girl, stop playing. If you think that your purpose is to go out here and chase a check, sis, sit down somewhere. If you think that your purpose is to get out here and impress these people, sis, sit down somewhere. If you think that I have shaped you and crafted you and molded you in such a way that you can go out here and think that your worth is defined by what you can do, what you can produce, then baby, I gotta sit you down for as long as it takes for you to remember your purpose. And baby, for a long time in this season, I was fighting. Y'all know they say, like, when you if you ever, God forbid, you ever find yourself drowning, the best thing to do is relax. Like, when you are fighting it, when you are just, fighting against the current and doing all of the things and struggling, that's the best way to get yourself in the most trouble. You're going to be out of breath. You're going to be out of energy. You just fighting against it. But when you can relax, when you can go with the flow, when you can say, God, I surrender, that's when He can really start to shape you. That's when He can really start to tap back into who you were before you became of the world. And whatever way that looks like for you. Being of the world, I believe it looks like different things for different people. My being of the world was thinking that I was defined by the amount of money I made. And not only can I say that I, have my morals have never been in question, I've also never been the type of person to like brag about what I had or felt like I was necessarily better than other people. So I don't, because of the money that I made, I didn't feel like I was better than other people, but I was definitely proud of, this money that I was able to make, proud of these enrollments and the all. I just had too much pride tied into people and not enough pride tied into my purpose. And so down here in the valley, it is important for us to get it together as quickly as possible because, baby, I am here to let you know from firsthand experience that this valley season is going to be for as long as it needs to be for you to get what God is trying to get you to understand. Okay, God is going to get you that message one way or another, whether he has to strip away every comfort, whether he has to peel away every person that you think that you need, that you think that you are relying on. Listen, I cannot stress enough. Take this as a sign, sis. If you don't feel like you are in the valley, stay out of it. Stay out of the valley by ensuring that you are getting in alignment with your divine assignment. Because as long as you are on your path, as long as you are remaining purpose driven, as long as you are in alignment with your divine assignment, then you don't have to worry about being down here deep in the valley. But when you get off track, when you get off course, when you stray from your purpose and get off your path and start thinking that anything outside of God is providing for you, that's when you start slipping. And baby, it is a slippery slope. So there's some things that happen down here in the valley, and I'm speaking in present tense. Okay. And this is why. Okay. Again, I'm being as honest as I can. So if y'all feel like this episode I'm rambling, I'm sorry. It has literally been however long it's been since I've dropped the last one because I have been procrastinating and really telling myself what do I have to tell you? Like, I don't want to be a hypocrite. That's one thing about me. I'm not about to be out here talking about what y'all should do if I'm not doing it. I'm not about to be out here telling y'all what you can what you could be doing better if I haven't figured out how to be the best at it. And so for however long it's been, I've been telling myself, like, I'm not in a position to do a solo episode. Like, I don't have nothing to say. I can't be encouraging to other people right now. I'm trying to figure out how to encourage myself. Like, this is what I have been saying to myself. And God had to get me together. God literally said to me, baby girl, I still need your voice even while you're in that valley. No matter what you're going through, God still needs you to be a voice to the voiceless. Because I got first world problems, right? I'm sitting up here in a however many 1,000 square foot home. I am married to a wonderful partner who gladly provides for our family, who has told me time and time again that any money that I bring to this home is a cherry on top. So I have first world problems. I'm stressing myself out over here about stuff that I really, truly don't have to be stressed out about. There are people who could truly use my voice, even when I feel like my voice isn't of value in this season. And God had to get me together to say, you only gonna talk about me when it's good? Like, I'm only a good guy when you're doing good? You only gonna get up on that podcast and preach to me about the people when your life is looking good? The nerve of you. Girl, stop playing. And so I finally was able to peel myself up off of the floor, put my pride aside, and say, all right, let me pull out this microphone and get back to the mission. God said, I didn't put you out here to worry about making money. I didn't put you out here so you could figure out how to provide for you. I put you out here because I had a purpose for you. And as long as you are living that purpose will provide for you. Because your provider who has given you this purpose is going to provide provision for you as long as you are following that purpose. So your job is to worry about the purpose, not the payday. And so God had to get me together. God had to get me together and bring me here to remind you, as I'm reminding myself, that God is still God. Even when life be lifing, God still be Godding. And I am willing to bet that whatever it is that you are worried about, whatever it is that is keeping you up late at night, whatever it is that you are stressing yourself out about, it is nothing that God cannot take away in the blink of an eye. Okay, listen, I'm about to let you in on my secret weapon for the summer. It's by the Osea brand, and it's an algae body oil. Now, you're probably thinking, algae? Yes, baby. This vegan, cruelty-free, clean body oil literally leaves me with the perfect summer glow. It leaves my skin feeling soft and smooth, and it has the best scent. It's like this citrusy grapefruit scent that literally my husband can't keep his hands off of me. If you want to experience this for yourself, log on to OseaMalibu.com, search for Undaria algae body oil, and use GSPP as your discount code to save 10% off. That's OseaMalibu.com.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
The God that I subscribe to, even when I be forgetting about it sometimes, even when I be so foolish to get caught up in fear sometimes, I know that I serve a supernatural God. I know that I serve a suddenly God. I know that I serve a God that can make a way out of no way. I know that I serve a God that can move me up to the front of the line when I didn't even know to get into the line. I know that I serve a God that can put me in position for something I haven't even applied for, something I didn't even know was in existence. I know the type of God that I serve, but sometimes I just got to remind myself. And because I was finally able to remind myself, I'm here to remind you that God is still God. And sometimes you got to get down in that valley so that when he pulls you up out of that valley, you can use your voice to share with other people what happens when you are living your purpose and in alignment with your assignment. So sometimes when we're in this valley, we are so focused on the voids while we're in the valley. We're focused on what we are missing instead of spending our time, our effort, our energy focusing on what we are believing God for. That's how we start being mad at God, questioning God, feeling like God is punishing us. I said out of my mouth so many times, like, is God mad at me? Like, what did I do? You know, like, I know in my heart of hearts, I can stand 10 toes down on the fact that I don't be out here doing wrong to people. Not intentionally. I'm not perfect, but I can hands down say that I'm not out here trying to hurt anybody, harm anybody, steal, scam. I'm not doing any of that. So why does stuff happen to me, God? Why is this stuff happening to me? It is so easy to get caught up in the why is this happening to me? Why are these things seemingly going wrong? Instead of focusing on what God could possibly be saving me from. Instead of focusing on what I am believing God to do next. What I am believing God to do in this next season. A lot of times while you're in this valley, your energy is misdirected. Your negative thoughts are only going to continue to create negative experiences. So every single time I spoke out of my mouth, how I was struggling, how I'm not feeling like myself, how I don't know what I should be doing, how, these clients then burn me, these contracts, all of these things that I was spending my time, my effort, and literally my mouth, my energy talking about was creating experiences that mirrored those same things that I was complaining about. But if we can just change our perspective from focusing on the void in the valley to start focusing on the value of the valley, I believe there's a lesson, there's a blessing in every single experience, even the ones that are seemingly failures, even the ones that are seemingly not working out for us. Something may not be working out, but at the same time, it's creating an opportunity for something else to come to you. So we got to focus on what we want. We got to find that value even when we're in the valley. So who's still here with you while you're in the valley? This is the perfect time to look around and see who are your real people. Okay? And while you're looking around, you still have to use your discernment while you're looking around, because just because they're left standing does not necessarily mean that they're not just left standing because they're lurking. Now, I don't know the Bible front to back, but I do know that Judas was real close to Jesus. So just because they are still standing, just because they're still surrounding you, doesn't mean they're necessarily supporting you. They could just be surveilling you. Okay, so is it support or surveillance? So while you're down in this valley, who's still around here? Who's around because they're asking you, what do you need? Who's around because they noticed something was off and decided to check on you? Who's around because they have somebody they can introduce you to, somebody they can connect you to? Who's around because they want to pray for you? Who's around because they want to sow a seed? They see you going through something. They know you're usually the strong friend, and now they want to be strong for you. Who's around for the right reasons versus the people that are around because they want to run tell that? The people who are around because they are taking notes to be able to run off and talk about. Who's still standing? Who's still supporting while you are down in the valley? Perfect time for you to figure out who are your people. While you're in the valley, you can be figuring out what is it that God is trying to teach you. When you can sit down, get quiet, and go to God for long enough to really figure out what it is that He's trying to show you. Really figure out what the lesson is that you are meant to learn from this. Really figure out what it is that He is saving you from. Then you can start putting the pieces together. You can start standing up in that valley. You can start putting together your plan to go after your purpose. You can start praying to God to send you your people. You can truly start getting in alignment with your assignment. So one of the things that I have changed my perspective on in this valley, when business dried up, y'all, with the first recession, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit it, but not really, because this is just true. With the first recession, it was like 2007, 2008. I was already broke. I was fresh out of college. I didn't have nothing anyway. I didn't have nothing to lose. I was making $30,000 as a teacher. I didn't feel the effects of a recession. So when everybody was saying that a recession was about to happen, I didn't really realize how I was going to be affected by it as an entrepreneur. I'm like, well, business is booming over here, like recession. Who, baby? I am good. But what I didn't realize was how my customers, my clients were going to be affected by this recession. So guess what? When their money started looking funny, guess who they stopped paying? Guess who became the first person to get cut out of their budget? Me and my business. So I was not necessarily preparing, being as proactive as I probably should have been to prepare for this recession. So when business started to not look like, it was previously, I was distraught. For the last 10 years, I have relied on myself, 10 plus years since 2011. I have relied on myself to make my own money, to create my own income, to quote unquote provide for myself. But I had to switch my perspective. I had to really change my view of this valley and say, what if God is giving you a break? Like, you have been so used to hustling, grinding, working hard, working around the clock, always on, always doing something in your business. Like, what if God is just giving you a break? God is giving you a break to spend time with your family, to sow into your marriage, to become the best mother you can be, to invest in self-care. And you sitting up here crying and complaining. You sitting up here crying broke, and God is trying to give you a break. I had to shift my perspective. And today I want to ask you, what is the valley? What is the value in your valley? How can you change your perspective to something positive? Because if you are focused on only the negative, what you're missing, what you're lacking, what you're losing, everything that is not working out, you're going to continue to attract experiences that recreate that same feeling. So knowing that, how can you create a feeling of gratitude? I may not have that, but baby, I still got this. I look at my babies every day and I'm like, y'all are proof that God got me. My husband is proof that God is going to hold me down. Like, my health, the way that my body works for me. Baby, the things that this body has done to birth these children, I am a walking miracle. How can I not believe that God got another miracle for me? When I'm looking day after day, moment by moment, I'm looking at these miracles. How can I believe that those were the only ones that God got for me? I know he got some more for your girl. I know he does. So I'm going to switch my perspective and start focusing on these blessings. Start focusing on the value in this valley. And if you can focus on the value, if you can wipe your tears and start being intentional, guess what? You can find your vision in the valley. If you get quiet for long enough, if you stop complaining and stop crying for long enough, God can finally tell you a few things. God can finally whisper in your ear what he's been trying to tell you all along. Your vision gets a little clearer when you can wipe away those tears. Your vision gets a little clearer when you can regulate your nervous system, when you can slow down your heartbeat, when you can calm down that attitude, when you can stop being so riled up and so enraged. Your vision gets a little clearer. And then you can see that you can use this time in the valley to grow closer with God, because that's the whole point of you being here anyway. God said this valley is so you can get quiet. This valley is so you can see who you are beyond that title, beyond that bank account, beyond that credit score, beyond that follower count, beyond that business name, beyond that degree. God wants you to see yourself as he sees you. And we don't serve a worldly God. God don't care about your credit score. God don't care about those bills you got due. God don't care about how many people are following you on the gram. God wants to know that you are living out the purpose that he has assigned to you. And he's going to keep you down in that valley until you get your vision together, until you realize that your assignment has to be in alignment with God. Anything outside of that is a waste of your time. Anything outside of your God-given assignment is going to bring you right back to the valley. So as I'm working my way up out of this valley, I'm consistently reminding myself how God got me, literally came and scooped me up out of that last valley when I thought I was just going to wither away. I'm literally reminding myself how God had me last time. And this is still the same God that came and scooped me up and collected me up out the dirt before. Why wouldn't he do it again? So instead of me being so miserable behind things going wrong professionally, I'm choosing to focus on how can I become my best personally. All right, God, if you don't want me to focus on professional stuff right now, that's cool. All right, let me get myself together personally. So I'm investing in self-care. I'm getting in tune with myself. I'm focusing on what I believe God for. So I'm trying to strengthen my relationship with God so I can gain clarity on my calling. While you giving me this free time, God, help me figure out what you have for me. I'm showing gratitude for the things that I know are a blessing, because so many of the things that we are currently experiencing are an answered prayer. And we got to remember that. It's so easy to spend our time focusing on what we don't have, focusing on what we feel like God has forgotten, that we don't remember and realize what God has already blessed us with. So as long as you are doing what you can do, you don't have to worry about doing God's job. The other thing that I've had to remind myself of is that God doesn't have a clock or a calendar. Our God is a suddenly God. When it is your turn, he will pull you from the back of the line, baby. Your job is to get in alignment. I love you. I got nothing but love for you. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.